You know, my work isn't too hard in principle. I supervise the machines that take care of the heavy lifting. But still, I am in the thick of it. I am on the front line. I look at the numbers and make sure nothing breaks down. I do the hands-on work when it is needed of me. The AI does the fine print, if you will, the small calculations and adjustments in the mining drill. Still, half a kilometre under the surface of this rock, surrounded by an artificial atmosphere with just enough oxygen that you could probably survive 10 minutes without your suit, if you're lucky, that is. And if the fine regolith dust won't kill you before all of that, and there's ample supply of that, especially when the excess rock belt goes to shit, and you have to trudge through waist-high regolith and rock to just get to the damn breach. A year of this can break an ordinary man down, let alone the decade around my belt. 12 hours, clocking in and out, praying everything goes smoothly, and that the hematite ore will flow steadily across the belts. And of course that the machines won't decide to say fuck you at the worst possible moment. But I wouldn't say I am an ordinary man. But still, I am just a man. And when that day when that fuck you inevitably comes, I have to do something about it. 100 meters in diameter and 800 meters in length. Able to tunnel through 6 kilometers of rock on a good day. But today... God fucking damn it! I murmur under my breath, as I see the built-up pressure burst on one of the auxiliary pipes, and that goddamn dust starts spewing out in torrents. I quickly bring up my diagnostic screen and connect to the mainframe of the thing. Myers, we got another breach. 8 vertebrae, I say into my helmet comm as I run to the breach. Aye, me come. Clyde, get the clam right quick. I hear Myers' voice crackle in, our foreman. His thick Olympian accent barely understandable. You think gonna take your ass there now? Comprehend, man? Call when you see the thing, he continues. You catch on quick when you have the clam used regularly. I already got visual on the breach. I'll try to get closer, I inform the foreman, as I approach the hole spewing out the rivers of rock and regolith. I feel the watery, viscous dust start to flow at my feet, then at ankle height. Small rocks pepper my helmet visor, leaving small streaks on it. I feel the small impacts all over my body, but Myers' suit makes them harmless. Myers, get some power suits. This is a Reggie River over here. I heighten my voice. Aye, Terman. I already get. You got emergency clam with ya? Try to block it however you can, Terman. Myers barks back. I got jack shit on me. I can't just plug it with my body for fuck's sake. And I've got Reggie over my fucking boots here. I, of course, received no reply after that. I look to either side of the machine. It is still running. Regolith flowing on more and more. This isn't a large breach, but... Can someone turn the damn thing off? We've got a Reggie problem at the 8 vertebrae. Broadside at 220 meters. I could feel as the torrent increased in strength. I could feel my ankles being pressured more and more with each passing second. The damage seems more severe than I initially thought. Oi, Jackson! How are you holding up there, mate? I hear Clyde say on my speakers. Just fucking rosy, Clyde. Feels like home. Just not wastewater, but fucking regolith, I reply. Yeah. I got you, Jackson. You're just hanging there, mate. We're there in a bippy. No worries. It's just another Tuesday, innit? Can you tell Myers to tell those cunts up in the terminals to turn it off? Looking at it. I pause, seeing that the pipe burst damaged other components. I think it's worse than just a simple breach, Clyde. I already told him. He said the usual shit, you know. We gotta keep with the quota shebang. So there's no convincing that thick-headed Red. Fucking hell! I could feel the regolith coming up over my ankles. I reach one of the ladders, just barely, to climb up and try to ease the flow of the stuff. Try is the key word here. As I climb up, I see the flow increase in intensity. That is worrying. I hear Myers' voice crackle in again. Aye, Terman. I see you up. Seal them fucking thing. Easier said than done, boss, I reply snarkily. I look at the breach and open up one of the direct panels. Since the main terminal guys will do jack shit, I'll do it myself. I look at the old school gauges and buttons. I remember the layout just enough from the textbooks. Listen, I'll reroute the flow to the secondary manifolds to ease the flow, but we have to be quick to seal the thing. So pick up the pace out there. I click a few buttons and flick a few switches. I already hear the groan of the machinery, as the regolith and rock is slowly distributed evenly around the machine. The flow from the breach lessens. I look downrange of the drill and see a rover with an exosuit strapped to the back arrive, as Clyde sits at the driver's seat, with Nguyen dangling from the side of the rover. Even through the dusty visor, I can see Myers is not amused by my actions. And as if on cue, I hear his voice crackle back. "There, man! This is against the protocol! I did not authorize you to mess with it!" He barks at me through the comms. "You told me to ease the goddamn flow! What did you expect me to do? All the clamps are in fucking storage!" Before I could finish my sentence, I heard a deep, unnerving metallic groan that shook the entire drill. I felt the vibration in my throat. I looked back, uprange to the drill bit. I saw a bulge up in the main pipe. 11th, 12th, 13th vertebrae. Jesus fucking Christ. "Myers, Clyde! Go back now!" I yell into the comms as I sprint back to the panel. I flick the switches, rerouting everything to the secondary manifolds and blocking the flow downstream completely. I hoped and prayed to whatever god there is this doesn't cascade down the entire thing. "Jackson, what? Scared shit on a biscuit, I'm to— Boom, 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 boom!" For a split second, I saw the main pipe burst at multiple locations, spewing out hematite, regolith, rock. Then I felt my legs buckle. I lose balance. I heard something crackle, the buzz of the comms. Then my feet were no longer on a solid surface. Blackness, and the settling of dust. You know, the first thing I learned after coming to this planet is that the soil here, the regolith, it acts something like quicksand, especially in large amounts. On the surface it acts like dust, but beneath the surface, where the drill refines into something smaller, more fine. When it starts flowing, it is as liquid as oil, but when it settles, it is hard as rock. I had nightmares about this. I first smelled it, the strong scent of iron, as it put in my head into a rust bucket. Then I opened my eyes, and all I could see was the reddish-orange hue. A crack in my visor, barely holding on to stop the metallic dust, filling all my facial orifices. Then I tried to move my limbs. Nada. Nothing. Like being casted in concrete, I couldn't move a muscle. The filtration system for temperature had been blocked. I could feel the heat increase in my suit. I started to sweat. I was still able to access the file and status system of my suit. Thankfully, the brainstem implant can't be severed that easily. The blue screen flickered as I checked the status of everything. Air filters are blocked. I had 15, maybe 20 minutes of oxygen left. I checked health status. It tells me I broke my leg, but I couldn't feel shit. "Hey, anyone there?" I spoke into the helmet. I heard only static. Who knows how deep I am if no signal is going in or out? Fucking hell. I accessed some of the files I have in the suit SSD. I tried to find if there's any contingency for being buried alive. I find something, skim through it. Just corporate talk for "you're royally fucked, and we ain't paying for your retrieval." Just fucking grand, I say in a whisper, trying to save on the oxygen. As I close it up, I see my personal files, and one particular file. I haven't opened it in a while. Photos. Back on Earth. Me in my younger days. My wife. Wedding day. My 2 little gremlins. They were 4 and 6 here. They're teens by now. Time flies. Birthdays. When were their birthdays? How could I forget? Danger. Low O2. Danger. Low O2. Yeah. That's the reason, I think. Well, there's been a good run, Terman. The words leave my lips in a whisper. I close my eyes. Yaks! Here! I feel the regolith stir. Then I feel a strong grip around my waist. Then, as if a soul leaving for heaven, I felt being hoisted up, violently. Before I could open my eyes, I could hear the comms boom back life, as a dozen voices in panic exchange information. My savior. He said something, but I don't speak Vietnamese. But seeing his face turn into a smile behind the exosuit's glass made my brain kick into gear again. Right on cue, as my air filters began to work and my suit was once again saturated with oxygen. I take a big gulp of air. Nguyen puts me down on the mound of regolith. Next thing I know, Myers is next to me, and he shoves a big adrenaline needle into my shoulder. Jackson, to your station, Terman. We damn got casualties. I feel the kick in my chest. The initial fatigue and confusion is replaced with sharp concentration. The sounds aren't muffled. I hear everything clearly again. Now them thing is fucked. Move! Get! Myers yells as he towers over me. His lean Martian frame stood like a boulder in the chaos. I nod, and I slide down the regolith mound and look at the immediate disaster. The drill is, frankly, as Myers put it, fucked. The machinery is compromised but salvageable. What isn't, on the other hand, is the human element. Because the second thing I saw was another co-worker being dug out of the dust and rock. I recall my training and kick into gear. I change my channel frequency to drown out the mayhem in my ear. Clyde! Ivanov! Where are you? You guys alive? I say, as I jog to the nearest group digging up the regolith. Clyde's voice crackles through. Jackson, you son of a bitch! You're alive! Well, I got them hands full now, but I'll see them son again. Ivanov replies quickly thereafter. Because, bia, I heard the bomb from a click away, bia. I got wounded here. This bia oxygen get. Crackle. Shuffling. I am alright. Good to hear, I reply, as I climb the mound and grab a massive rock and throw it to the side. Thank God for Martian gravity, I hear someone comment on the proximity channel, before being pierced by a blood-curdling scream. I grab my right ear and lower the volume. He's down there! One miner in an exosuit slowly pushes the long metallic hand into the regolith and rummages through. Aye, I got him. He no deep. A lean, pale figure emerges, squirming and screaming like a banshee. He is quickly put down and I run up to him. I see his eyes are bloodshot, but he doesn't seem to have any outward injuries. Aye, then panic attack. Get up the shot, so he no yell, another yells. But the injured replies. Estem stam he screams, but I don't understand shit. He screams and yells, trying to explain. The others are yelling at him. Everyone shut the fuck up! I scream back. Let the man say what hurts, for God's sake! I crouch next to him and listen. Stam. It's his fucking stem! Turn him around! I say, as I turn him to the side and look at his back. Fuck me sideways, he's in deep shit, one says on the side, as he saw what I did. His back was exposed and burned, black and still sizzling. His brainstem extension was ripped off. That meant his nerve endings were burning all over. Where the fuck is the aid kit? I yelled. Yalla, aid coming, get! Another slid next to me and opened a box. He took a vial of Nanpair. Nan ain't some gonna save him, but it'll buy him time. Stop the bleeding, repair some of the skin. 2 others held the poor bastard down as he plunged the needle into his back. Meanwhile, I tried to reattach the stem extension.
Jackson, git! I need you here! Pinging ya! Drive yourself ASAP!
Myers barked into my comm, before going on to babble something in his own tongue which I couldn't understand one bit. I told the others what to do and got up, following the map in my visor to the side tunnel where Myers was. I saw him standing in the side tunnel looking into the distance, flailing his arms and probably screaming into another channel. His gloves were red.
Myers, what is it?
I say. He turned around. He grabbed me and shoved me into the tunnel wall. Bits of rock and regolith dropped from the impact.
Fuck!
I felt my back ache.
You German cunt! Look what you do!
He told me.
Me?
I'm not the one maintaining the fucking drill. I'm the one duct taping what M-Corp doesn't.
Aye, at least the manifold not burst. Ya fucking red mist in arm and leg and blip fun!
He let go of any pretense of being understandable, but he did let me go. He just looked at me.
Get patched up. You will see surface today, comprehend?
He said. I knew what that meant. Yeah, I comprehend, I reply. A second later, a hovercraft whizzed by us, with a med team geared up like the fucking army. Myers just turned around and ran back into the fray. I stood there, and slid down the wall onto my ass. I just grabbed my visor glass, covering my eyes, swearing under my breath. Each day in this place, I am 2 days nearer death. 2 days later. The airlock hisses, and the doors close behind me with a metallic thump. My mind is back home to that cesspit. I feel sore, tired. I try to imagine home, trying to scrounge up some childhood memory that'll cheer me up. Maybe something more recent, but I only remember depression. But you know what's more depressing than the polluted and overcrowded skyline, where you inhale cancer and exhale chemical waste? A Martian bar with artificial lighting and artificial and ventilated air that smells like air conditioning, mixed with sweat and stale beer. Like that cool and refreshing feeling you get after you enter an air-conditioned room after being out in the scorching sun. But after some time, it dries your throat. It starts to get on your nerves. Your throat hurts, and you feel sick. The chemical plant that is Earth somehow feels like paradise in comparison to my workplace. Being buried in trash is more appealing than regolith. I'd trade the dump back home for the mine any day. I tried to convince myself that once your filter goes to shit, and you get a healthy dose of regolith stuck to your lung air sacs, that it is better than the refreshing New York breeze. But really, it is just swapping one cancer for another. But the Reggie carcinoma pays 4 times more, and the hefty union compensation alongside the hush money by M-Corp does compensate for the suffering. As it does for me. I doubt the creds can replace the dead or fix the maimed. Well, they can fix the maimed for a pretty penny, but experience sticks like a fucking leash. I see those oh-so-cheery faces every time I enter this dump. It has all the flashy LED lights and the sleek bar. Hell, I think it might even be real wood, but I doubt it. Feels like any other pub back on Earth. But the main difference is that half the people tower over you, and you feel lightheaded even sober. Sometimes I question if it is the gravity, or if I am anemic. It would be ironic, right? A Nyan miner being anemic? Fucking hell. Most likely it's the tumours growing, especially after that lungful I got. Or the locals finally managed to stab me with their death stares. I approach the bar and hear the usual talk. I see a few familiar faces. The foreman, Myers, Clive, Ivanov, and Nguyen. That explains the death stare. I slump down on the tall stool and stare at the washed-out poster in the back, showing the lush greenery of Mars, in a few centuries. The text below says something, comparing it to your Earth of old. History. I see the newsreel still going on about the accident from 2 days ago. Hendrix on the rocks, I say to the barman, a tall native, pale as a ghost. Vitamin D would probably kill him faster than the solar radiation. He just looks at me. I already know the answer. Out of stock? I lean forward as he nods. He gestures to the holovision on the wall to the right. Pirate hijacking on LL2 lane. Amazon TV6 boarded. Well, that's just grand, I say. Okay, what do you have? Aye, got Yuzuzu Jin, man, he replies. Yuzuzu it is, I guess, I say. 10 fucking years and I still learn new shit over here. He turns back around and grabs an unlabeled bottle. There, man, you gotta learn. One in room, do's Rumans get. He replies. I nod. Aye, I get. He pours the transparent liquid into a shot glass and slides it to me. I smell it. It has a strong scent. A weird scent, but I trust him. He didn't kill me before. Yet. How much? I ask. He shrugs. Is 20 cred? 20? I exclaim in surprise. Aye, man. It local special. How to make? He raises his hands, rubbing his index and thumb. I stare at him for a second before relenting. He already poured it, the prick. I take out my card and pay. I down the whole damn thing. Every damn cred's worth. I feel my throat tingle and burn as the liquid finds its way to my stomach. For a brief second, the dryness and sore is gone. But I still feel the tingle of Reggie in my esophagus. Wow, damn, I comment. Strong stuff. What's it made of? I ask, as my eyes begin to water a bit. Back on Tentera, you call it raki, methinks, he replies. That Balkan stuff? Tried it before, haven't had this variant before. I know they're made from various plants, but what's this? I can't taste anything specific. It they made of shiz there, man. One man want a drink. Aye, desperate, so then mine go to the septic here, and the mix. He said. It took me a second to decipher what he said. Then the warm feeling in my stomach turned into a feeling of rising bile. You gave me shit vodka for 20 creds. He leans onto the bar, his bloodshot eyes indifferent. If you no like, go distill your own, man. I look down at the glass. Despite the make, it's good stuff. I ain't gonna lie. But, you got anything cheaper? And something that isn't made of fecal matter by any chance? I slump my shoulders, looking at him pleadingly. Aye, beer, all them stock. Them because 6 cred there, man. He leans back from the bar, looking down on me with his ghostly, expressionless face. I'll take a beer, I say. He crouches down to grab a bottle. It'll wash away the last shred of dignity I have in this shithole, I murmur. Looking back for a second, I see Myers, his eyes fixated on me, getting wider, getting furious. I turn my head back to the bar. Shit. I suddenly hear a chair violently kick back. I turn around and see Myers' bearded grey face.
What do you say, you terror piece of shit?
He said with ire, as he stomped his mining boots on the ground, going towards me, bits of regolith dropping from them. Look, I didn't mean, I began.
You damn shit meant, you thankless cunt.
He came next to me and slapped the bar hard enough that the still sitting shot glass jumped. He towered over me.
You them come here to Mars, eh? Them you work here for a good pay. You them shithole call it done. Where is them respect with it, tear man, huh?
He yells at me, his greyish beard orange at certain parts. His breath stank of stale Martian beer and, fucking hell, that iron scent. Myers, I meant no disrespect. I am trying to get by here just as anyone else. I'm just...
What just, man, huh? What I just complain here then? Cold blood and dead buried in shithole, huh? 30 cycles, cunt. 30 dem cycles me works here. 30 dem cycles I see red man die in them Reggie. I helped your tears get work. Make them real reds out of ya. They arrogant, some, but you.
He looks at me with disgust.
You, man, Biggest trash that crashed from orbit since them first colony placed here.
I just look at him. I know I could overpower him if he attacks, but I am starting to doubt it. I hear some of the others call to Myers to calm down. Myers, I am tired. We all are. I know, but...
You done meant no disrespect, huh?
He said with vitriol.
Then show it, man. Show it work. Show us rest them respect you so much have. We feed our progeny mid-gem blood and regular if we breathe. What do? Who do you feed, huh? Ya greed, ya terrorish bloat. Dem shit would not happen if ya listen. Comprehend?
I felt the blood in my veins boil. What do you know? I ask, calmly, relaxing my shoulders.
Aye, what you know, Terman? What you know about us? What you know about the price paid there? Parasite. You just take our terrorist scum. Take and give nada. Gamble the rest, he replies, hitting the bar once again. I wince. You know jack shit about me, that's what I know. Do you want me to beat you here, ah? I shoot back in them tunnel, yeah?
He says, inching closer. Something snaps in me.
I'll show you what I know!
I yell at the top of my lungs. He recoils as if punched. I get up from the stool.
I'll tell you how it's like to leave everything behind. I left my wife, my son, my daughter, my pitiful, miserable existence, and trek halfway across the fucking solar system to a barren wasteland, trading one miserable shithole for another for more numbers on a goddamn screen at the end of the week.
Myers steps back. His eyes widen.
Do you think I want to be here? Do you think I want to choke for 12 hours a day, half a goddamn kilometer under a dead rock, praying my lungs last long enough till the next paycheck?
I begin. My voice cracks.
Believe me, I'd leave this red fucking planet today if I could. But I am chained by that fucking contract as much as I am shackled by my own stubborn will to get to that next check. Because I know why I am here and for what I am working for. Do you? Do you think I wanted to come here and be buried in debris and rocks? Do you think I wanted to be dying in that fucking dust half a click under this rock? All the while the regolith chews for your fucking mask, your filters and the final vestiges of hope I still have left. And after everything gets served distilled human feces as a thank you?
I raise the shot glass, showing it to him.
I'll tell you exactly what I know about seeing your children slowly rot from the acid rain, choked by the air and the hell that it has become. You say I steal your credits? I'll tell you where the credits I steal go to every single goddamn week, and what they pay for. My rent, my food. I let go of them here to numb my fucking existence. I stole your credits for my children's tuition, and you know what those stolen credits will pay in the next decade? 2 one-way tickets for Centauri. That's what I know. You know what else? You blame me for stealing, but every single fucking day, you pay that piece of shit corporation. A corpo that killed your beloved Reds.
I stop, realizing what I'd done. But what's done was done. No going back.
So, Myers, don't you fucking lecture me on sacrifice. Because the last time I had the goddamn chance to see my children's faces was on the launch platform and 2-inch thick reinforced glass. And I will never see them because I will die here. I will fucking die here. Your fucking regolith will chew from my skin and my soul and it will consume me. It'll kill me. And believe me, the only gamble I put my wage and my blood on is the gamble my kids will not have to do what I do to survive.
I feel a drop go down my cheek.
But I won't let you or this goddamn rock kill me before I get what I want. So don't lecture me, Myers. Don't.
I stop my tirade. The once bustling background noise of the bar turned to utter silence. Myers still had that stoic look to him, expressionless, robotic. Like any other Red. Like any other Martian. He just stared.
Aye,
he says simply, nodding, then looked down at his feet. He raised his hand and put it on my shoulder.
I sees what you do.
Then he turned around and walked back to his group. He dropped onto the seat and took a long swig of his beer. I remained there, standing. I felt a slight relief. It was brief, but it was there.
Hey, man,
the bartender said. I turned to look at him. He still had that same cold expression. You still want them beer, or you're full now, Thurman? I look back to Myers. He is staring somewhere. Into nothing. Maybe something within. I see Clyde give me a small nod. I sit back on the stool. I need one. The bartender crouches back down and grabs a bottle with his claw-like fingers, and puts it in front of me, opening it. I take the bottle directly and take a swig. The barman remains next to me. He leans in. You know, Thurman, your Earth are no better. Still shit. I look at him. Of course it. Both Earth and Mars are a shithole, but you know, the shit is browner here. Mars itself is browner, and there's more nuggets of gold swimming in all the mush, but I'm still swimming in another septic tank. It ain't as crowded, but the stink is still alien. While Earth, it might be a shithole of epic proportion, but it is my shithole, I reply. Yeah, then why send your kin to Centaurea? Is their shithole too, you know? He asks. I think about it. For them, I want a new home. A new beginning. I'll die here, but my remains will come back to Earth. I will be buried in the cradle. I will make sure I will be the last of my family to bathe in the light of this sun. I look at the barman's bloodshot eyes, and I'll let my little birds spread their wings under a new one.